Hello BookTube, Sarah here, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm coming to you with my December 2019 TBR. Say it with me, everybody. It's TBR time! Yay! I love starting these videos out that way. So, side note on my December TBR. As you guys know, if you've been watching me for a few years, I do my very best to only read holiday books in the month of December. Unfortunately, or fortunately I should say, with the amount of review books that I have, a lot of them, at least half of them, are non-holiday. So what I thought to myself was, okay, anything that's a review book, if it's non-holiday, I'll allow it. But anything else that I need another book for, it needs to be a holiday book. There was one challenge, and guys, I tried for hours to find a holiday book that fit this criteria, and it did, and I couldn't find anything. And I'm like, then this needs to be a thing, and I'll get to it when I get to it. But that is the only one that didn't end up being holiday. So I'm a little bit disappointed in that, but that's okay. I figured that can be a book that I read after Christmas, like, you know, right before New Year's. So yeah, but anyway, I have a ton of books here, you guys. I think it's close to 28 or 30 books I have to share with you. So I am not going to talk what all of these books are about, no description or anything at all like that. I will leave a link, or not a link, I'll leave a list in the description box below of all of the books I'm going to talk about, or all the books I'm going to mention. So if any of the covers look intriguing to you guys, you can go ahead and check them out on your own and see if it's something that you personally would like to read as well. So my TBR, if you're new to my channel, is based off of challenges. I do a lot of different challenges. I love doing challenges, and that's how I pick my TBR every month. So I'm going to talk about the challenge, and then I'll share with you the books, and so on and so forth. So let's jump in and get started, you guys. So first of all, of course, the biggest challenge, the one that I've been doing every month forever, is the Romance Readers Reading Group on Goodreads. This is, when I finish December, this will be my 4th full year that I have done the challenge every single month and not missed like a challenge or something. Like, I've completed them in full. So that is super exciting. And I'm super looking forward to doing this again in 2020. So the first category, you get 10 different categories, and there are prompts within the categories, or 10 different questions, and then there's prompts within the questions. However it works, you guys will see. So number 1 is D is for December. Read a book that starts with D, or a book whose author's first or last name starts with the letter D. And that book is The Baby Made at Christmas by Lilian and Darcy. This is book number 2 in the Cherry Sisters series. I essentially just looked through all of my Christmas books that I had on my TBR and found this one, whose author's last name started with D, and it is part of a series that I'm already started reading, so that's always good. Next up, Bird of the Month is Raven. I'm super excited to see what category or what they're going to pick for next year, because in 2018 it was, I think, Olympian Gods and Goddesses. This year it was Birds of the Month, so I'm totally intrigued to see what next year's going to be. And like I said, it was for the Raven this month. The Raven is sometimes called the Keeper of Secrets and is a messenger between the heavens and the earth. The Raven encourages us to dive deeper and look within to seek answers, to put in motion much needed change. Read a book where someone keeps secrets or is a messenger of some sort, or you can read a book where a character undergoes a change. You may also read a book with a mostly black cover. So as I go through these as well, if they are review books, I will let you guys know that these are books that I do have for review. This is one of them, and it is The Wives by Tarryn Fisher. I know a lot of people are super stoked about this book. I know Karen over at Rather Be Reading mentioned it in like one of her, she doesn't do anticipated reads, but she does like add it to her TBR, and I think this was one of them that she added to her TBR. How this becomes a book about somebody holding secrets is that our main character, the husband, has several different wives. So clearly he is keeping a secret from somebody. So sounds really good. Cannot wait to read it. Category number 3 is the Featured Author Challenge. This year they do the Queen of Romance and then the Princess of Romance. So you get 2 different authors to pick from. If you don't want to read from either of those authors, you also get some prompts. So the Queen this month was Kristen Proby, who I've read before and quite enjoy her work, but she had no holiday-themed books. And then Princess was Tara Civic, and same thing. I couldn't find any holiday books really from her either. So the other prompts were, you may also read any book set in Ohio. You can also read a book published in 2012 or that has won an award. Or you can read a humorous book. So I went with a humorous book. I was looking through the Audible Escape package, and I literally typed Christmas into the search function and then hit Audible Escape. So I only saw those titles that were available on Audible Escape. And I came across this book. And I've heard people, I've read Jenny Hale before, and I think her books do have a great touch of humor to them. This one sounded really, really cute, and again, available on the Audible Escape package. And that is Coming Home for Christmas by Jenny Hale. So I'm very much looking forward to this one. It looks like a really great rom-com. I don't know if it's going to be like laugh out loud funny, but I think it's going to have a great touch of humor in it, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Category number 4. December the 1st is World AIDS Awareness Day. And it says, read an LGBTQ book or a book with the colors of the rainbow on the cover. You may also read a book featuring a main character dealing with an illness. So I went with a main character dealing with an illness. This is another review book, and it actually shares the same title as the book I just talked about. And that is also Coming Home for Christmas by RaeAnne Thayne. This is book number 10 in the Haven Point series. This is, I think I already said, a review copy. And this one, our main character deals with the illness of postpartum depression. So I know that Bree, on her channel, she read this book back in November, I want to say, October or November, and she said she really enjoyed it. So I'm very, very much looking forward to it. Category number 5, December the 8th is International Children's Day. Read a book with a child or children included. You may also read a young adult or a new adult book. And I'm going to be reading The Amish Marriage Bargain by Marie E. Bast. This one, there's a baby on the cover, there's a baby in the story, so it absolutely fits. And this is also a review copy, so I'm looking forward to reading this one as well. Looking forward to all these books. I don't know why I keep saying that. December 17th is National Maple Syrup Day. It just says, read a sweet story. So the book I picked as a sweet story is Christmas in Silver Springs by Brenda Novak. This is book number 6 in the Silver Springs series, another review copy. And yeah, I really enjoy her books. I think they're super sweet. They're really adorable. Great small town romance, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Number 7, December 19th is Look for an Evergreen Day. Read a book with trees or an outdoor scene on the cover, or you can read a book where a main character works primarily outdoors. I think this fits 2 of those prompts, and the book I'll be reading is Cowboy Christmas Redemption by the great Maisey Yates. Book number 8 in the Gold Valley series. So not only are there trees on the cover, but he is a cowboy and they predominantly work outdoors. So it absolutely fits. Again, did I say it was a review copy? It's a review copy. Some of these books that you'll notice I'm mentioning are for review. This one, the Christmas in Silver Springs, and the one by RaeAnne Thayne have already been published. So there is a special project or a special video that I'm going to be doing in participation with Harlequin coming out in December featuring these books. So do stay tuned for that. I am super excited about doing it. It'll be out about midway through the month, so stay tuned for that. Number 8, December 22nd is Winter Solstice. It is the shortest day of the year, and it says cozy up with something short that you can finish quickly during this busy time of the year. And I'll be reading Tempting the Texan by Maureen Child. This is book number 1 in the Texas Cattlemen's Club, the Inheritance series. This is a shorter book. The Desire books come right in, just a little over 200 pages. This is another review copy, which is why it's non-holiday, of course. But yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to this one. Number 9, December 31st is, of course, New Year's Eve. I will probably be in bed by about 11 o'clock. No, actually, I think I'm going to try and stay up till midnight this year because it is 2020. So I think that will be very, very interesting. To try and find something to watch, like the countdown from Times Square or something will be really interesting. Sorry, I need a sip of coffee there. Finish or get caught up with a series as the year ends, or prepare for the new year by starting a new series. I will be reading The Rebel Bride by Shannon McNear. This is book number 10 in the Daughters of the Mayflower series. Now, I have not read the first 9 books, but I've read 2 of them prior to this. So this is kind of in a way of getting caught up. This is also a review copy. The Daughters of the Mayflower series is super interesting. If you guys are into historical, these are faith-based historical romances, but each book takes place at a different time period in American history, starting with the Mayflower, like somebody coming off of the Mayflower. So this one, I'm not exactly sure the time period, but it sounds really, really good. I have another one to read in January as part of this series called The Blizzard Bride, which takes place during a blizzard in the 1800s. So, there was one about the Pony Express, one about the Alamo. If you guys are into history, absolutely check out this series because it's fascinating. And it's right up my street, as some people will say. The next challenge that I have is, of course, Romanceopoly. This is the final month of Romanceopoly. This was a year-long challenge that was hosted by Jessica over at Peace Love Books and the girls from the Under the Cover book blog. You had a Monopoly type board, and each one had different prompts. Literally finishing these two will completely clear the board for me. I will have finished every challenge this year. I am super pleased with myself for doing that. And this is the one where I ran into a book that I could not find a holiday themed book for it. I'm so mad. But regardless, it doesn't matter. As I said, I'll probably just read that book after the holidays. But the first one that I had was Freedom Friars. And this was to read an LGBTQ romance. I'm pretty sure now that I'm thinking about it, it was an adult LGBTQ romance. But a lot of these are new adult, I think. Like, the characters are not just in high school, even though this is classified as a YA novel, but we're just going to go for it anyway, guys. I've essentially finished the challenge. I am not going to split hairs at this point. And I will be reading My True Love Gave to Me. This is by various authors. This was edited by Stephanie Perkins, and I believe this is 12 short stories taking place during the holiday season. Again, it's YA. I know this book was big on BookTube a number of years ago. I have wanted to read it for a while. And I believe a lot of the couples, or some of the couples in this story, are LGBTQ. So very excited about this one. So the one that did not get holidayed, Subway Downtown, a rock star romance. Guys, rock star romances that take place at the holidays are not a thing. Why are they not a thing? Somebody needs to write it. So I kind of looked through, and I knew I had this series that I'd read the third book. It's a trilogy, and I'd read the third book in this trilogy, so now I'm going to go back and read the first book, and that is The Best Kind of Trouble by Lauren Dane. This is the first book in the Hurley Boys series. This is a rock star romance. Each of the stories is about a different guy in the band, so this is the first one. Looking forward to it. It fits the category. And it will finish Romanceopoly for me, and I can pat myself on the back for doing that this year. Next up, guys, the 2019 Holiday Book Bingo. Yay! I know a lot of you are super, super stoked about this. I was going to do a separate TBR video, but I thought I'm just going to throw it in here too, because I can do all my TBR all at once. And yeah, I am super excited about this. I'm so thrilled that you guys are thrilled. So this year, if you're not familiar with what the Holiday Book Bingo is, I will leave a link in the description box below to my announcement video. It is a holiday bingo that I run with Elizabeth over at Lizzie Faye Loves Books. I will leave a link to her channel in the description box below as well. And we are co-hosting it together. There are 9 different challenges. This is the bingo card. I will have had it up here for you guys to see. I will take it down now. And I didn't realize when I did my announcement video that when I was holding up books, I still had the card up so you guys didn't see it. I'm so sorry. I wasn't thinking when I was editing. I do apologize. So the card is now gone. We are going to show the pictures of the covers of the books that I picked. So 9 different challenges. My goal is to read a book for each and every challenge. As I say in my announcement video though, feel free to double, triple, quadruple up on these categories if you can find books that fit more than one prompt. First prompt, a book with a predominantly red or green cover. So I went and I looked to see what my library actually had, and I found this one. And I read a book from this series last year for the Holiday Book Bingo. So this is super fun that I'm going to read another one this year. And this is How the Finch Stole Christmas by Donna Andrews. This is book number 22 in the Meg Langsdown mystery series. It's a cozy mystery series. Yes, I'm reading it out of order. Do I care? No. Predominantly green cover, fits the category. It's a holiday book. I'm sold. The next one is a traditional holiday book. And I think some people might be having a bit of a problem, maybe not having a problem with this one, that what I'm asking for is not necessarily a traditional holiday book like The Grinch Who Stole Christmas or the Dickens A Christmas Carol, but a book that is traditional to you to read at the holiday season. And I was racking my brain, and I'm like, I can always reread A Christmas Carol again. I didn't read it last year, but I read it like the 2 years in a row prior to that. I thought I could reread it again this year. That would be fun. And then I was looking through some other things. I thought, I'm going to set that aside for now and go through some other things and look. And then I realized as I was looking at some other things on my TBR, many, many moons ago when I first started reading Harlequin romances, one of the things that grabbed me and pulled me in were the fact that all of the imprints at one point or another over the holiday season release holiday-themed books. And I always read a Harlequin imprint holiday-themed book, at least one or a half a dozen every holiday season. That is my traditional holiday book, is to read yet another Harlequin romance or Harlequin imprint. So that's exactly what I decided to do as my traditional book. And I will be reading Holiday Homecoming Secrets by Lynette Eason. This is another review copy book. It is a love-inspired suspense. Super excited about this one. Cannot wait to get to it. Self-explanatory. A book with lights on the cover. Again, as I said earlier, I typed in Christmas on Audible, and I clicked the Audible Escape link, like the to filter it by just Audible Escape titles. And I just started going through and looking at book covers. And this one jumped out at me. And then the title jumped out at me. And I'm like, I need to read that this Christmas. And this book is called Christmas at the Little Knitting Box by Helen J. Rolfe. This is book number 1 in the New York Ever After series. Is that not look delightful? Something about Christmas, knitting, New York City. I'm sold. I cannot wait to read this one. It looks so good. So that's my one for that one. A book with an animal on the cover. Again, I found this one doing my search through Audible, and I was surprised this one was available on the Audible Romance or the Audible Escape package, considering it's relatively new. And that is Puppy Christmas by Lucy Gilmore. This is book number 2 in the Forever Home series. I have not read the first series or the first book, but you guys know I'm happy to jump into book number 2. There is an adorable puppy wearing antlers on the cover, and yeah, I think this one would be adorable. A holiday anthology. I mentioned this one in my announcement video. I will be rereading How the Duke Stole Christmas by Tessa Dare, Sarah Maclean, Sophie Jordan, and Joanna Shoup. Cannot wait. I read this last year. It's a delightful anthology. Anyone who wants to read this with me, please do let me know. We can do a buddy read in December. I'm going to be listening to it again on audio. And yeah, I just love this anthology so much. It is so fantastic. Yeah, it'll be really, really good. And, you know, if I do the traditional thing again next year, I can use this one again because it'll now be 2 years in a row that I've read it. A book that's part of a series. Not The Last Prom. A book that is part of a series. This one was easy. I looked at my some of the other review books I had to read. Cinderella's $1 Billion Christmas by Suzanne Meyer. This is book number 1 in the Missing Manhattan Heirs series. It's a holiday book. It's actually a review book, but it is part of a series because it's the first book in a series. So that is super awesome. A book with Santa on the cover. I know a lot of people are having a problem with this one, or they find it more difficult to find this. If you guys are looking for something to read and you like the Harlequin Blaze books, this one is available on the Audible Escape package. And it is Christmas with a Seal. S-E-A-L, like Navy SEAL, by Tawny Weber. This is book number 6 in the Uniformly Hot Seal series. So you know this one's going to be spicy. This one will have adult content, just so you guys are aware. But in case you're perfectly acceptable with that, and you like that kind of thing, this one would definitely fit the category for that one. A book with a holiday different from your own. I mentioned this one in my announcement video as well. This book I think actually comes out on either the 4th or the 6th of December. I do have it on pre-order, and I'm looking forward to it. And it is called Hanukkah at the Great Greenwich Ice Creamery by Sharon Ipsabottom, I think is the last name. Looks delightful. It's about Hanukkah. It takes place in, I think it takes place in London, actually. And I think it's an interfaith relationship where she is Jewish and he is Christian. So we shall see. I'm very much looking forward to it. And then last but not least, pretty easy peasy, a book with snow on the cover. I will be reading A Wedding in December by the great Sarah Morgan. So I have this copy. Hold on, I'm going to take the picture down. I have it as the American or North American cover. I also have a copy of it in the UK cover. I also have an advanced copy, not an advanced copy, but I received an e-copy from the publisher, which is going to be part of, again, that special project coming out mid-December that I'm working on in conjunction with Harlequin, with the Harlequin publicity team, essentially. So yeah, I'm a bit of a fan of Sarah Morgan, but I didn't know which cover I wanted more, so I got both of them. And I don't care, but they both have snow on the cover, so it works. And I cannot wait to read this one. And I'm pretty sure my friend Mandy and I are buddy reading that one together or we're reading that one both in December. So if any of the rest of you want to join me, please, or join Mandy and I, please do. So that was it for Romanceopoly. I have 2 more review books that did not make any other list that I'm just going to mention real quick here. The first one is A Madness of Sunshine by Nalini Singh. I am so looking forward to this book. I cannot believe I was approved for this one on NetGalley. I'm super stoked. Nalini Singh is known a lot for her paranormal romance, a little bit lesser known, but my favorite for her contemporary romance. This is a romantic suspense. A little bit out of what she normally does. I am there for it. I think it's going to be great, and I cannot wait to read it. And the other one, again, speaking about a romantic suspense, is going to be Good Girls Lie by J.T. Ellison. I have been reading this author for years. I started reading her a good 14, 15 years ago, and it's been a number of years since I've read any of her books. But this one, this was a cover pick for me on NetGalley. And I was approved for it, and I'm super excited about it. I think it doesn't come out till like the 31st of December. But I will definitely report back. It's more of a thriller romantic suspense, so I will let you guys know. And last but not least, my 40 Years of Harlequin books. I have 6 books in December. Now, one of them will be a carryover between November and December, but the rest will all be read in December. Now, that being said, I do actually have off some time in December, which I'm super looking forward to. I finish off work on the 24th on Christmas Eve, and I don't have to go back to work until the 2nd of January. So yay! Lots and lots of reading time over that week. I cannot wait. So the one that will be the carryover between November and December is going to be The Highborn Housekeeper by Sarah Mallory, a Harlequin historical novel. And then to the rest of the books, let me just put this down here so they don't all fall. These are all ones that you guys picked for me from my Harlequin anticipated reads this year. We have A New Orleans Noir by Joanna Wayne. This one I cannot wait to read. It looks so, so good. Then we have When You Least Expect It by Helen Lacey, a special edition novel. Really, looks really good. We have another, I've got the hiccups, love-inspired suspense novel, Alaskan Christmas Cold Case. I cannot wait to read this one. And then I do not have a copy of it yet because I haven't picked it up yet. But the book that won for the month of November was Miss Lottie's Christmas Protector by Sophia James. This is a Victorian Christmas holiday. Victorian Christmas historical. I can't wait. It's going to be so good. And the last one, we have no idea what it is yet. It is still up in the air. It's to be determined. My Harlequin anticipated reads video just went out on Tuesday. So if you guys have not seen it yet, I will leave a link to it in the description box below. Please go ahead and watch it and pick me a book to add to this list that will get read in December. Anyway, guys, that is all that I have for this video. I do hope that you enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below if you've read any of these books and what you thought about them. I know there's a lot of advanced copies, a lot of review copies that, I know a lot of people might not have read yet, but if you have, please let me know your thoughts on them. And let me know what you're excited about reading in December. And are you participating in the book bingo? I am eagerly looking around to see if people are doing TBRs. If you have done one, please let me know in the comments below as well. Leave a link to it because I want to go and watch it. And yeah, until my next video, everybody, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.